Hey, everybody. Nicole Kaufman here, the right therapist. How about this week, huh? What's been happening in the news? And I have to say, not a whole lot to make you smile, right? We're in a land war now, or Europe is in a land war with Russia. Fantastic. That just commenced, and we're trying to figure out how to react to that. Gas is alarmingly high, almost $4 a gallon. And anything that needs to be brought to you in the way of goods and services is getting ready to spike. It's really hard to get excited about much, right, that's happening in the news or just in general right now, foreign policy or domestic. One of the things I had to laugh about this week, y'all, was that Sirius XM. Do you guys have Sirius XM on your radios? In your car or on your computer. Right now, they are advertising, at least the advertising I'm getting anyway, is that their first channel on Sirius XM is, wait for it, all the melancholy winter songs you could possibly listen to. It's a great playlist of songs that I guess are sad and depressing. So as a mental health expert, I'm telling you right now, I guess I'll call myself an expert, but I can tell you right now, don't listen to that music, please, okay? You don't need to listen to anything melancholy right now. That's just not helping. It's not helping anything. It's not helping us feel better about the pandemic. It's not helping us feel better about the inflation that we're facing right now. It's also not helping us feel better about the Russian and also the Chinese threat that we're beginning to realize. So just don't listen to that, okay? Let me do you one better. Go ahead, make what I call a get up playlist for yourself. And that's a song of toe tappers where you can head nod, where you can roll up the windows in the car and sing so loud and nod and bob your head. We want those songs, okay? So none of this melancholy stuff. We need to work on our own sense of being able to get up and create our own happiness. And one way to do that is with our playlist that we can play, let's say first thing in the morning, or use that as a stopgap between when we end work and on our way home. But definitely not that melancholy station, okay? I'm just here to tell you. So what I wanted to talk about this week is some self-help, shelf-help. So books to save your sanity is what I wanted to throw out there this week. And this is going to be brief, but I wanted to give a little book talk on 3 of my favorite books that are my go-tos again and again, both for myself and with my clients. I love to suggest self-help, shelf-help books that can either add to or enrich what you're already trying to do in terms of self-growth. And so I'll just kick it right off. One of my favorites is called Think and Grow Rich. That's Think and Grow Rich by Miss Pam Grout. I'll have a link for it below. And this book is all about some gratitude. And I know that right now it's really hard to feel thankful for much, probably, because what's working exactly. Hopefully, work is going well for you. Hopefully, school is going okay for you. Hopefully, your relationship is going okay for you. But if all of those things are challenged right now, and you know what? Why wouldn't they be? We're coming off the pandemic. We're still trying to get back to normal. And now we're faced with maybe a new normal. We don't even know what normal looks like, right? So perhaps it's kind of hard to feel thankful for where we are. And Pam Grout's book, Think and Grow Rich, I have to say, it was a life changer for me. I ran across this book at one of the darkest times in my life. I was in the middle of a custody battle. I was moving. I was starting a new job. I was leaving an old relationship. And I had 4 attorneys on retainer at the time. Yeah, long story. But let me tell you, I did not have much to feel thankful for. And in fact, I was reflecting on my life quite a bit at that time, thinking, what did I even do to put myself in this situation? This book, Think and Grow Rich, it really helped me do a 180 on my attitude. So if you're feeling challenged right now or challenged to find something good, I had 2 or 3 clients actually this week who are like, I am done with my job. I am so done. I am burned out. I am ready to roll right out of here without any so much as a look in the rear view. They've just had it. And so feeling thankful is kind of hard for them right now. And I'm just going to read for you a little paragraph out of this to give you a taste of how Pam Grout looks at this. She says, gratitude enables us to recognize that the world is infused with the presence of something magical, something sacred. Although we make valiant attempts of creating magic, planning big vacations, organizing perfect parties, choosing just the right outfit, the presence of this something more often shows up in the most ordinary of moments, in the most ordinary of settings. So let me tell you, this book, it's not written for clinicians, it's written for everyday folks. And it will make you laugh, it will amaze you, and kind of reintroduce you to the wonder that is being human and is living your life. And if you've kind of lost that, like I have over the last, I don't know, couple of years, especially with this pandemic, this is a great book to pick up. So I make it a point to try and read this book once a year to remind myself of some of the more magic points of life and the sacred and the spiritual too. And so I think it's a great book to share. And so pick that up if you'd like kind of a reintroduction to joy, if you will, for your life. So Think and Grow Rich, Pam Grout. All right, next book that I want to talk about has to do with feeling successful. And this book was also a game changer for me when I was trying to define, okay, what does success look like for me? As a clinician, I have lived for the days when I would have a full practice and when I was seeing clients and that my clients were doing well, that I was doing well, that I had a full schedule. And I've also flirted with the idea of having an online course that I could release to the masses. I have written a book in the past that I thought about publishing and maybe doing something with that. I've thought about having group retreats and how can we go somewhere and have a magical time together for a bunch of ladies on a group retreat. I've thought about all of these things and what they would mean for me in terms of success. And it's something that I still think about going into those different areas of my business. But then I had to get down to the real bottom line of what does success look like for me and for my life, and where am I happiest, and what do these things really mean to me in terms of my business, my family life, and my child. So for now, anyway, I have decided that my full dedication is to my clients, my business, and my son, who is leaving for the Air Force very soon. So I'm spending as much time as I can with him. And also, I am lucky enough now to have a thriving business, but I haven't done any of those other things yet that I talked about in terms of the retreats and things like that. Maybe that's the next step. But this book helped clarify for me what success looks like. And the name of the book is Authentic Success, and it's by Robert Holden, PhD. Robert Holden is one of my favorite people. Love him. I will also put a link in the show notes for his TED Talk on destination addiction. Destination addiction is the concept, and this was a huge change for me in my life when I understood this concept of destination addiction. And destination addiction basically means that you constantly think in the back of your head that you'll be happy when. You'll be happy when you get the perfect job. You'll be happy when you have a full practice, when you lose 10 pounds, when your husband finally recognizes how special you are, when you find that perfect mate, or when your child is getting a scholarship to wherever he or she needs to go. All of those things basically have a mindset of striving but never arriving for you. And while you're doing all that striving, that is your life passing you by. So we live in this destination addiction that, someday I'll be happy when I get in my forever home, but that's not now. Well, now is all we have. And Dr. Robert Holden does a fantastic job in this book, Authentic Success, talking about the different concepts of success and what that might mean to us. So I read to you part of a section of his book on vision. And he talks about the manic society. And the manic society he defines as busy, busy, busy all the time, running from one thing to the next and being constantly bombarded by information and distraction. So how do we pull back from that, pull down from that, and make that work for us in our lives and be able to define our lives in some semblance of success? So he says, the paradox of the manic society is that no matter how fast we go and how many shortcuts we take, there never seems to be enough time. The more we speed up, the faster time passes too. More haste, less time. So our perception tells us. This is a speed trap. Hence, we are obsessed every day with saving time. But saving time for what? Take this quick test. Y'all listen to this. I'm telling you, listen to this right now. In the last 7 days, have you, 1, gone into work early? Check. Have you skipped a meal? Oh, absolutely. Check. 3, eaten fast food? Maybe. 4, exceeded the speed limit. 5, applied makeup in the car. 6, rushed a job. 7, used an express service. 8, used speed dial on your cell. 9, emailed or texted instead of phoning someone. 10, canceled a meeting. 11, gone shopping online. 12, re-microwaved your coffee. Y'all, I'm so guilty for this. I'm telling you. 13, skimmed a report. 14, multitasked while on the phone. Oh my goodness. And then 15, had your picture taken by a speed camera. I don't know if we have those anymore, but maybe we do. If you answered yes to that little list of 15 questions there, and I'm telling you right now, I answered yes to probably half of them. That tells you that this book would be great to pick up. Again, Authentic Success, Robert Holden helps you redefine where you're going, what you're doing, and is it worth it? So Robert Holden, can't say enough good things. Pick him up today. All right. Now, those are the 2 self-help, shelf-help books that I really like a lot. Now, I have to go to one of my favorite author as of late. And several of you may know of him if you are watching. He's cameoed a bit on Fox News and some of the programs there. He's been with Ben Shapiro quite a bit. Dan Bongino, I think he's been with Dan on his show, and he does quite a few lectures. And this is, oh my heart, Douglas Murray. Folks, if you have not listened to Douglas Murray give a speech or give a talk, Douglas Murray is British, and his voice, can I just tell you, do you know the drawn butter that you get on the side of your lobster tail when you order it in a nice seafood restaurant? It's drawn butter, clarified butter. This is this man's voice. I am telling you, it is like velvet. And my understanding is that he reads his books on the books on tape. He actually reads them. I think I might, not books on tape, what am I saying? Audiobooks. The Madness of Crowds is one of his latest books. And he reads it, y'all, on audiobook. I think I'm going to buy it again just so I can listen to him read it. His voice is just amazing. And in the madness of crowds, he helps to make sense of all the double standards that we're seeing lately, of all of these shrieking voices that we seem to have in our society that are pulling us, in my opinion, decidedly left, in terms of a left or liberal mindset. But he helps to make sense of this dichotomy that we have, this mewling crowd of social organizers and Black Lives Matter warriors and social justice people, and they're all flying in the face of each other. They're almost at cross purposes. And to the casual observer, or to the maybe more centrist observer, it does look like madness, because it seems like people are going after each other for really no good reason that even makes sense. And so I can't read it like he does, but I'm just going to read you the first paragraph to just kind of pique your interest here, because this man's writing is brilliant. He is the editor-in-chief, I believe, for The Guardian. Yes, I believe it's The Guardian. And I just can't say enough. Douglas Murray is brilliant. So here he goes in his introduction, and he says, "We are going through a great crowd derangement. In public and in private, both online and off, people are behaving in ways that are increasingly irrational, feverish, herd-like, and simply unpleasant. The daily news cycle is filled with the consequences. Yet, while we see the symptoms everywhere, we do not see the causes." Throughout his book, The Madness of Crowds, Douglas Murray attempts to get at the causes and brings to light the cross purposes for which we see all of these factions in our society right now. The book is fascinating. It's an easy read, and it helps make sense of what's going on right now. So between Think and Grow Rich, between authentic success, and between the madness of crowds, you will not need to listen to that melancholy station on Sirius XM. I'm telling you, things are going to make a little bit more sense. So go ahead, get online and order these books. Get them on your nightstand straight away, and they'll be game changers. I hope they will be for you, like they have been for me. All right, folks, thank you so much for tuning in this week. And this is The Right Therapist. Have a fabulous weekend. Take care.